Furthermore, what they're after listing score, this also lets your listing know that Walmart's knowing that this is a good listing. This is a listing that can succeed. This moves us into the third step over here, which is the item specific performance. So this is agnostic to any keyword, just the item as a whole. What does that mean? Let's say you have sales coming in from outside of Walmart, you're using SCM, or if you're a larger supplier using DSP ads, you're driving offsite traffic to Walmart. That listing itself has metrics. The listing itself has sales. How are the 3P sales? How are the in-store sales going? How's the conversion rate? Anything specific to the item. And lastly, you have the query performance. How is this item interacting with this queue? When somebody searches for massage gun, is it getting clicks? Is it getting impressions? Is it converting? These are the four steps. Okay, you need to start first with the overlay, the taxonomy, the backend. Then you work on the attributes of the content. You work on the item metrics, and then on the item to keyword specific metrics. Let's dive into these specifics. Let's take a look here at product type and category type. Again, these are the two most vital pieces for success overall. If you do not have these set up correctly, your listing will fail. This is 100%. If you take a look at product type, this is the new way since I said I know how listings are set up. Previously, it was on a category level. There are about 75 different categories on Walmart. Now, with product types, there's over 6,500 different product types. Now, these aren't categorized. It's a little bit of categorized 6,500. I'm about halfway through, so that's pretty good. But if you go ahead and you understand how to identify your product type, it'll really help you make sure that you are succeeding. So, how do you identify your product type? Here's my suggestion. Go ahead and identify your number one team. This it's a farm there, maybe a different conversation. Identify your top keyword and go ahead and look at your top competitors. What product type are they in? Are they in the same product type that you're listing? Amazing, great. Move on to the next team. You can write that, the packages, and so on. If they're not starting with a product type, the determining which packages you even enter in the first place. So if you don't have your product access correctly, you're gonna have a difficult time with attributes. And the whole keyword thing can also solve this. So it's very important to start there first. Once your product access that correctly, make sure everything is really nice. This relatively the same. Oh, it goes into the category, right? Yes, one product type, take a look at it. Right? This is that extends to the market. Not go back to things that kind of so how you look at these. Product type is simple because that's what the succeed. You can be very tight, use that product type. Or these. That we have to take a study of the other case. That's why it's like oh yeah. I mean the thing is These are like uterus, like columns or bottles to hydrate. And then these are like your power banks. So it's like plus those are things. To tell their backend what is searched. If I'm looking for a white shirt and I don't have a color set, or if my color is set to the wrong thing as gray or maybe multicolor, people like to use multicolor because it's so easy. You can put smaller listings. You may not be able to rank your repeatedly picked shirts because white shirt needs that attribute of color to be white. Let's take an example. You're a customer selling the man's another shirt. They were unable to rank for that keyword. Even though they were spending a lot, they were trying to get it to move it while shooting because the attribute for gender was set as unisex instead of male. And just something simple like that could have an impact on a listing's ability to rank. So it's very important to think of this. And since I'm just going to be like Walmart, it's going to take so many attributes to people that, previously they were making like 5 to 10 attributes per product that they recommended in your listing store. Now it's closer to 20 that they're and maybe difficult. Use the file. Spend the time over here. Make sure that the information is accurate. This will help you in your search. I think it was very important. Let's just say understanding one of the most impactful metrics. To let it know, is this a good product? Is this a product that is going to honestly? Just like you, well, I'm trying to get sales. I'm trying to get the things that are going to actually get to the check. So needs to be made. So to listen to all very seeing in these three places. Right. Yeah, this is helpful. This is something that is launched in place. It's been around that today. I think it's no longer about if I did it. And that will really help you identify which items really need the most. And the really impactful data here is you can keep removing. This tells you every single item to a keyword in your catalog. What is it? Impression share, click share, and active cart share. They don't tell you the sales share. They can tell you what how many clicks is this product getting for this keyword. How amazing is that? What's your impression share? With this data, you can really know how to run your ads properly. I think if you just look at this purely on an item, you'll know exactly where you need your ads efforts to go. If you see over here that your impression share is low, but your click share is really high, and your active cart share is really high, you know that your product converts. It's just about getting more impressions to it. And just as a basic idea, and similarly, right, here are some insights that you can do here. Low impressions, but high clicks and active cart. Increase traffic through ads. You have low impressions. Make sure to spend that money on advertising. Get more impressions to your listing. You know your clicks are there. You know this product is a good converter. And then similarly on the inverse of that, if you have high impressions and low clicks, okay, maybe you have an issue with pricing. Maybe it's your reviews. Maybe it's your images. Something's clearly wrong. People are seeing it. People are clicking on it, but they're just not buying it. Figure it out. Fix what the main issue is. You can even see an interesting case here in the middle, where you have high impressions, low clicks, but you might have, let's say, a high sales. What's going on there? It's that first conversion rate. It's that CTR that's low. They're getting the impressions, but it's not getting the clicks. If it's getting the clicks and not getting that in the cart, it's an issue with the listing overall. If it's an issue with the first, let's see the main image or the pricing and reviews, you can see that on the first page there. So it really gives you a great idea on where you need to fix it up. You have the ability to look at sales rank to get specific items, and you have the item keyword level to see on a keyword level where you need improvements. All right. This has been a big word, incrementality. I see this all the time. It's been in all the news. How do you gain incremental sales on Walmart? So let's talk about this a little bit. This is Dashnote. This is screenshots from Dashnote over here. It's our proprietary software built to support Walmart.com. That's it. It just focuses on Walmart. We don't do anything else. That's selling. So what does Dashnote give you? Dashnote gives you additional insights. Similar to sales rank, we want you to track how are my listings doing? Or even broader, how's my brand doing as a whole? That's where share of voice comes in. Share of voice over here is a great way to be able to put in any keyword or similarly any category, product type, category pattern, and it will tell you how is my brand doing over time. We have this data daily, so we can show you, over the past month, your brand has improved its share of voice from 10% to 20%. You can really see that. Or if it's fallen off, identify why. This data is all available with a total picture, so sponsored and organic, or just sponsored and just organic. So you get a good idea of understanding where are you falling short. One unique thing about our share of voice product that I actually think is really interesting, we work with a lot of private label suppliers, and if you're a private label supplier,
Or you're a company with a lot of different brands. So you might not necessarily care if brand A, how much share brand A has or share brand B has. You care overall as a company how much share of the category you have. Or if you're a private label supplier, you might be making mainstays items, but you're not the only supplier for mainstays beds. There's other suppliers as well. So you really only care what your share of voice for beds, including your mainstays item. So we've actually built the ability to be able to build in item IDs and only track share of voice based on those item IDs rather than, and then based on that, know where your impact should be going and where you should be investing more. And same for the keyword tracking tool. I think when you now understand that your share of voice is lacking here, or there's another brand that's taking more share, it's usually driven by keyword growth or keyword decline, right? If you see that if you're tracking your items and your keywords, you see your keyword rank is going down for a certain item, that's usually why your share of voice is going down. And there's things you can tactically do to improve your keyword rank, which can impact your share of voice. Say if your share of voice is high or low, it's hard to identify what you could actually do in action based on that. But when you break it down to keyword level, then you have actionable things to use.
Okay, exactly. Yes. Share those data is all built on doing it for specific data. Not really having that makes sense. So here, you try and get in and try and